2, 3. It's like taking candy from a baby. Except what you're taking is affordable, stylish furniture.
Greetings, viewers! Today, I'm going to show you how to make Wilmington Island Marsh mud cake. It's Paula Deen recipe, and I picked it because she likes butter, and I like butter, and that makes us best friends. But I thought it would be delicious to eat after you finish the Jacksonville Mud Run coming up this October 8th. Now you might be saying to yourself, sexy hat, Angela, but I'm not signed up for any mud run. What's a mud run? Well, you should be. The Jacksonville Mud Run is a 3.1-mile adventure race through muddy terrain, all kinds of obstacles. You can do it as a team, you can do it by yourself. Kids, ladies, families, competitive folk, they got their own division. Whoa! And some people even dress in costume, like me. Everybody is doing the mud run. That sounds like a dance though, doesn't it? Doing the mud run, doing the mud run. Anyway, let's get to the cake, right? Yum, yum. Now, the first thing that we do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. It's gonna get hot in here. Then you gotta take your 13 by 9 pan, and if you live in New York like me, the first step is check and make sure there aren't any cockroaches inside. I already did that part. I also did the next step, which is grease it with some butter. Okay, now you're gonna take half a cup of cocoa, put it in a large bowl, and add 2 sticks of melted butter. It's like butter, because it is literally butter. 2 sticks melted. Look at me do the little mixy. Turns out this hat doesn't actually make you any better at cooking. It's just awesome. Next, we're gonna add 4 beaten eggs. The eggs are beaten because they probably did something wrong, like, you know, brought you your dinner cold or late or whatever. And then we're gonna add 1.5 cups flour and 2 cups of sugar, granulated. Congratulations, sugar, you just went into my cake. Oh, and then we're gonna put some salt and some vanilla. Now, I'm the kind of person that whenever salt or vanilla are involved, I like to just kind of eyeball it. But if you're one of those people who likes to follow directions, it's 1/8 a teaspoon and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, eyeball. I think that was a little much. And then we're gonna beat it with a handheld mixer. But I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna use this guy. Now, if you're a disgusting individual, this is the point where you'll wanna put in like nuts into your cake, but I'm not a disgusting individual, so I don't want no nuts in my cake, so I'm not doing that right now. Instead, I'm taking this time to sign up for the Jacksonville Mud Run on October 8th. Voila! Okay, now we pour it into the pan, but first, diagnosis, delicious. Roll that beautiful mud cake footage. This is like the mud that you will be running through in the Jacksonville Mud Run. Fun for all ages. And you knew what was gonna happen. I put the cake in the oven. 350 again, don't forget. And it's gonna be in there for 35 minutes. But while it's in there, I'm gonna mix some frosting. Now, let me tell you a little story about a little lady named Paula Deen. Now, Paula Deen says like, hey, we should use some brown sugar for this recipe, but she doesn't just say, hey, let's use some brown sugar for this recipe. She says, let's use an entire box of brown sugar for this recipe. 16 ounces. Bam! Just like that. That's how Paula rolls. What? Another stick of butter? Yes, please. Sign me up. Softened, of course. Like my hands are now. I'm holding that butter. And we make like Michael Jackson and beat it. And let's add another, let's say, 1/3 cup of cocoa and beat that too. Because again, deserves it. And I also add 1/2 cup of scalded milk. You've been very bad, very, very bad. Just kidding, scalded milk. Ooh, see that little flare there? Flare is dangerous. Last, but certainly not least, another teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is what teaspoon means in Angela Town. Now, beat until smooth, and then set aside. Like an old girlfriend you don't care about anymore. Man, I miss Marla. It's getting hot in here. I'm working up the sweat, just like the sweat you'll work up at the Jacksonville Mud Fest. Ooh. It certainly smells all cakey. Now let me tell you a little story about Paula Dean. Now Paula Dean says, hey, let's put some marshmallows on top of this cake. And she's like, I just don't want to put a few marshmallows. Let's put a whole crap load of marshmallows on top of this cake while it's still hot. But I'm not going to put both of these. This one's for the cake. This one's just for me. Marshmallow-tastic. It's fun to be messy. Especially with mud. Oh no! Hey, not for you! Bad kitty. Facebook break! And last step, we pour this lovely icing over top of these marshmallows while it's still hot. It's gonna be delish. Now you're gonna let it cool a little bit before you finally try it out. So while you wait, you're gonna visit the link below, and that's when you're gonna register for the Jacksonville Mud Fest. Then, while you wait a little bit more, because you're not a total fatty and you don't have to eat right away, you're gonna go encourage your friends and family to also register for the Jacksonville Mud Fest, and you're gonna have an excellent time, and you're gonna work up a big appetite, and you're gonna get really hungry, and you're gonna want to eat some of this. And that is how you make Wilmington Island Marsh mud cake. And that is how you register for the Jacksonville Mud Fest. Now, you want to watch me find out how good this is? Let's see. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's actually really good. I thought it was going to be bad because I made it, but it's excellent. Thanks, Paula Dean. I'm going to eat this now. You can try it later after you do the mud run. Jacksonville Mud Fest! Woo!
Furnish 1, 2, 3, baby, bada bing.
Check and make sure there aren't any cockroaches inside. I already did that part. Now, while I said that, I actually see a cockroach leg stuck to the bottom. Are you still rolling? Awesome. Get it slide that. Yep, good thing. I was hoping it was on the bottom.